Is this thing on?
We live. We are live.
Wake up!
Hot. Well, I'm hot. Vera's cold. We're like a living Katy Perry song, aren't we?
Yeah.
We are. We're here, and that's the most important thing, I think. Let's be real about it. We are the ones that will survive, that will continue. It's rapidly
The
turning into the
cockroaches,
Stephen
if you will.
cockroaches of UCR. It's you, me, Katie, and Kat. And we're just living to live. Nothing wrong with that.
Katie
that
just
rhymed.
had a birthday.
She did. Miss Katie
Yeah.
was birthday with her son yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Very cute.
Birthday. And as I just said, I spent some quality time with Miss Katrina A. Johnson during the week, and we got all festive, and we literally put on our festive hats.
Wow.
I wore it, and it's got a little bit too much red on the cap for me, so I don't know about that one.
Kitty had one too?
No, she did not.
Oh.
She did not. Dogsy, we're always here. Why wouldn't we be here? Why wouldn't we be here?
Why wouldn't be on tonight? Next week we won't be on.
You never know. Vera might convince me. I've got nothing to do, so it'll be Boxing Day here in Australia. So we'll see.
Our day will be over by.
We might
7:30.
Might be a Stephen V Christmas special.
Oh,
sick. No, that's the anthem. That's the anthem.
Some eggnog. Chestnuts
I don't.
Roasting on an open fire.
That's the one thing I did not try when I was over there.
Chestnuts?
No, eggnog.
Oh.
I don't know. It's just
the eggnog you buy at the store. You gotta fix it. It's all fucked up.
It looks real thick.
It is real thick. You gotta. And it's overspiced. There's just a little too much nutmeg in it.
Big nut.
Yeah. You gotta fix
nut.
it. If you buy the store made, I mean, you can make your own.
Okay, for inquiring minds that aren't American based, what is the actual taste of eggnog?
I believe it's actually British. It's not really.
Okay,
but
well,
it's
I've
just
never had it.
It's more like if it's right, if it's a good eggnog, it's like a liquid custard.
See, consistency.
You know.
I don't know about that.
You might try it. You might like it.
It sounds a little phlegmy to me.
Not runny. It's good. I'm a big eggnog fan.
Does it thicken when it stands? That's a bit of a problem for me.
No.
Okay.
If it's made correctly, it does not.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Well, look. One day, maybe. Who knows? If I will be allowed back in the United States. if there will be United States. We'll see. Fun times.
There are breaks in the dam every day.
We'll see. Wouldn't that be the best Christmas present? What do you want for Christmas? we know what Vera's asking for.
I want a new president for Christmas. I actually saw that on TikTok. I did not just write it.
Yeah, I can't claim that one, sadly. Not my intellectual property, but we will write it. What's everyone else is doing? How's everyone else doing? What's going on for Christmas and all that kind of stuff? Hey, Lashana, again, Lashana. Twice this week, girl. How you doing? Right? Oh, what's here we go. Dogsy has. It was originally formed in medieval Britain with ale instead of rum. Ooh, that'd be worse. That'd be worse.
It's great with rum.
Oh, rum's always good.
Yeah.
We do rum balls in Australia.
I had a rum ball at my company Christmas party on Tuesday. And that's
you gotta always watch those. Yeah, you've always gotta watch those homemade ones.
Geez, you're like, whoa, the rum balls. I'm not sure we should be eating these at work.
Oh no, Lashana. She slipped in the snow.
Oh no.
You can take it after Jeff.
Yeah, really.
You take it after Jeffrey. Oh. Oh, Dogsy.
I thought
I love a snowball myself, but I can't find avocado out here though. Yeah, avocado freaks me out.
I
I
don't know what
literally
that
had this
is. I've never
conversation
even heard
last
of
night. So it's like a thick
it.
kind of egg-based liqueur. I think Joe was watching last night. I was on with Anne and Renata last night for their Christmas show. We had a little online Christmas party. We were literally talking about eggnog and avocado and stuff like that last night too. It's like
It
it's
is
like a
the season.
thickener. It's a thickener for cocktails and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the snow is going. That's good.
Where are you, Lashana?
She's somewhere where it's raining.
She's in, yeah.
Somewhere
Here in the
where it's
northern
raining.
hemisphere where we're getting snow.
Well, here in Australia, in Newcastle, where I am, I just told Vera it is 41 degrees at the moment, edging towards 42. So that's 106 Fahrenheit.
Mhm.
We are. That's why the light. That's why I look a little bit mysterious today, because I couldn't do the overhead light. It was too. Oh, she's in Maryland. That's why.
Oh, okay. You're
There
in my
you
part of the
go.
world. I always thought she was in Australia.
No, she's
Yeah.
old school. She's old school, girl. Thankfully, I haven't had much snow. I've been driving.
That's because you're in
You're in LA.
LA. There's
Dogsy.
no snow in LA.
They freak out when it's raining. Come on. Everyone loses their minds when it rains. It's all over. 36 degrees here. Cooler than yesterday. Lucky you, Joe.
We are still warm. We are still in the 40s, though it's supposed to
East Coast girl.
supposed to drop as the night goes on. So probably by the time I go to bed, it'll be out of the 50s.
Oh, Vera, I just looked
darling.
at the date. Do you realize that 2 years ago, I was arriving in Auburn on this day? I was coming over. I was looking very bedraggled for Christmas, going like this.
And it was no snow. You would camp for snow, and there was no snow.
No, it was snowing when I arrived. It was snowing when
okay.
I arrived. When Katie picked me up, it was snowing. As I landed, I got to fly over all the trees and everything covered in snow. It was very beginning of a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I was the big city girl coming home to my small town.
To meet your former high school crush.
I didn't fall in love with the Christmas tree seller, sadly, or anything like that. Not
Santa's
yet.
Christmas tree. Christmas tree farm.
From memory, I slept for the first 3 days I was there. So
yeah, I believe so. I believe you woke up to come to dinner.
I was crashed out. It was a very hectic time, but it's all good. I survived it. Been North California all week. Wouldn't mind rain, but driving a 60s car. Oh yeah, that's a death trap waiting to happen. That is. Just a shake, rattle, and roll Christine moment.
That's got no airbags. Really shitty.
Does she talk to you, Doxy? All right, Vera, before we get started, what is your opinion on Christmas movies? Because they are on all the time here at the moment, and I can't do it.
I am a big ass fan of the Christmas movie. I am. Love them.
I'm talking Hallmark, though.
Hallmark, I got to be in the right frame of mind for Hallmark, and I don't really turn them on to watch them.
They just happen to be on the background.
To be in the background. It's like they're so formulaic, you could just look up.
Could be anyone's small town antique shop, coffee shop.
You know the plot. You know what's going to happen. Yeah. You can pick out the characters. You know, it's very lovely background music for your holiday tree decorating or cookie baking or present wrapping.
Now, also question.
Okay.
Not holiday related, but entertainment related. Have you seen Heated Rivalry yet? Everyone's talking about Heated Rivalry.
No, but I know the author. I read her stuff.
Sexy gay hockey players.
Yes.
I'm surprised Jeffrey hasn't been on the blog and go, girl, listen.
Oh, no, I got to check it out. I didn't even realize that
I haven't seen it yet either. TV series. Yeah.
But
I've
read her books. I'm a fan.
So Jeffrey and I last time I was there, first time we watched first season of Interview with a Vampire, and then we watched the second season. But we got to the last night I was there, and it was like late, and we had one episode left to go. I was like, I can't do it. Well, that was not the night that we were, not that
Yeah, I was
last
going to say, is
night,
it
but
the
the night
night that we
before.
were supposed to
No,
go
the
to New
night
York? Oh, we
before.
did go to New York. There was no
We did
supposed
go to New
about
York,
it.
but we weren't watching TV. We were in a bar. So, it was very small town. It was very cute. Find and love it. Jeez. I sat through Hallmark's entire catalog last year because I was laid up with, your broken leg. She had the remote. I'm waiting for a letter from the CIA for tips on torture methods. Revenge is a dish best served cold, Dogsy. Best served cold. Just make her
Rachel
watch
Reed,
something.
that's the author.
There you go.
Yep. I'll have to read it. I have read several of her books.
I've got Christmas. See, I prefer like my Christmas classics that I watch. We've already watched one together, which is Gremlins. So that was a good tick off
Gremlins is a good
the holiday
one.
show. See,
I've
Vera
done
loved it. She was happy.
Christmas trivia contest in the last 72 hours. I won the one at work, and it came in second down at the bar.
Oh, almost.
It was too. It wasn't enough classics. It was all new shit.
Oh, Vera's got stumped. Got stumped.
I don't know any of the toys that came out after 2010.
Yeah, like you're edging me out here.
Me in the last 15 years of toys have been strangers.
Not in the wheelhouse, but that's okay.
No.
All right, we got a lot to chat about, so should we get into it, V?
Sure, let's take a dive.
Okay. This week, we've got a big
hot load of hot topics.
Now, I will preface a little bit of a content warning. There's going to be some heavy stuff discussed today because there's been some heavy stuff happening in the world. There is no way of avoiding it. So we always tackle it head on. Two of probably the most shocking events of the week, especially for here in Australia. We've had a mass shooting, ladies and gentlemen,
at
Bondi Beach. The first one in 30 years. Just happens to be on the first night of Hanukkah, and while there was a event for the Jewish community being held, father and son gunmen opened fire. 16, I think, people have been killed at this point. There are still many, many people in hospital. A horrendous thing to kind of it just, like these things do, just happened. Like I was at the movies when this happened. It happened on a beautiful summer's afternoon / evening, as we said, first night of Hanukkah, where people were trying to come together in a peaceful, lovely way to honor not only their religion but their community. And it's just heartbreaking, really. That we did some very swift action after, by we I mean the Australian government, some very swift action after Port Arthur and the horribleness here, and we are doing the same thing again. There's a gun buyback scheme that's gone into play days after the shooting. And even though it should never have happened, and there are big questions to be asked of the government and of the police and of everything about the growing threat to the Jewish community and the anti-Semitism worldwide that is going on. It smells very 1938 around here.
Yeah,
but
it's been smelling like that for a while.
In times like these, the only thing you can really think of and focus on are the people that lost lives, lost family. And the thing that we never really talk about is the witnesses, the people that were there, that were on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
They will never unsee that. They will never get past that. It's something that, that is now a part of their psyche, and it's
post-traumatic stress.
It's crazy. As Joe says, Albo brought in more stricter gun laws. Aussies don't fuck around with guns, and they shouldn't. And it proves, if anything, it proves even more and more the only people that really need guns are farmers. Why does anyone else need a gun?
Why would you need an automatic weapon that is designed strictly to kill mass numbers of humans in a short amount of time?
Yeah.
You know,
the
I've
footage
heard
that
all
is
the
out there is
people who say
Yeah.
how much fun they are to shoot. Fuck you and your fun. Take up a sport.
Mhm.
You know,
There is a lot of footage out there because it happened where it happened and when it happened. Some of it is very confronting, especially if it is the unedited, uncensored footage. So do yourself a favor. Don't
watch
do
it.
to yourself. Don't do it
Don't
to
watch
yourself.
it.
There is enough, like as I said, well, this is all like this will be all we hear about now until mid New Year. Because there are so many funerals to be had, there are so many questions
There
to be
was
asked.
a
And
mass
it's a
shooting
constant at
this
Brown
week
University
here.
as well, same
Brown
day.
University. And
Yeah.
what I was going to say specifically is that you talk about the casualties, the people that'll never get over what they saw. There were at least 2 people at that university who were in other mass shootings, who have like survived their second mass shooting. You know, can you imagine? They can't feel safe anywhere.
Yeah, there are so many stories coming out of the Bondi attack. One of the probably saddest ones is the man that escaped the Holocaust as a child, only to come to Australia. I mean, live a long life, but still be taken out by that hate and rhetoric he escaped from.
Mm-hmm.
He died protecting his wife, who, like, it's terrible. Like, the youngest was a 10-year-old girl. It's difficult. It's really tough stuff. But Dogsy, I do want to bring this point up. Something that really fucked me with is the photo of a female police officer with her hands up in the air, news saying she was surrendering. And this is a very good point. She was not surrendering. She was actually one of the first people to get close to the shooters. They shot into her car, and she was ushering people away so that they would be safe. She saved lives. That is not surrender. That is not a commentary on why women shouldn't be in the military or the police force. That is a hero. That is somebody who stepped into the line of fire quite literally to make sure other people were safe.
And, you know, there's a beloved children's TV personality, Mr. Rogers. I don't know if he transcended borders. Mr. Rogers said, when these things happen, look to the heroes. There are always helpers in every crisis, and you've got to look to the helpers. They will rejuvenate your spirit.
Well, we had plenty that obviously the biggest hero is Ahmed, who not only disarmed a gunman but then got shot by the other one and managed to save countless lives.
Yep.
There is, a woman who couldn't find her own son but shielded a 3-year-old that she didn't know and saved that child. There's a really heartbreaking picture of a dog whose owner was shot and killed, and he wouldn't leave his owner.
Oh,
that is
heartbreaking.
There is some really tough stuff that's come up, and it brings up a lot of emotions for people. But there are also a lot of stories of people just jumping in to try and help their fellow man, complete strangers who just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And these events, as you said, do always bring out the worst, but also the best in humankind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As Joe says, the 2 young cops were shot in the front, not in the back. You can't be shot in the front if you're running away from a bullet.
Nope.
So, of course, it goes without saying.
It kills me how many people are always willing to jump to the worst conclusion.
Yeah. This is the first thing. The first thing was, this is an immigration issue. This is a race issue. This is un-Australian. Well, the person that saved all those people. His name was Ahmed. He
Right.
was an immigrant. He stepped forward to save the people in the country that he now calls home and loves. It's not as simple as that. It is there is so much hate out in the world, and how that hate integrates into people's lives is really what should be looked at, not the color of their skin or the country they were born in.
I feel so strongly that we have to stop thinking with borders. We are all human beings inhabiting the same planet. We share one world, you know?
Yeah. So it goes without saying that obviously our thoughts, and I'm going to say prayers, but our thoughts and our hearts, our sympathy goes out to anyone that's been affected, not only by Bondi, but by Brown University, by any tragedy, especially at this time of the year. It's so focused on family and love and all that stuff.
States, this happens so often that we don't react.
What is refreshing, like there's been a lot of people going, oh, you're gun ban, blah, blah, blah. But the amount of people on TikTok that have been Americans that have been telling other Americans to shut up about what has happened is so refreshing. Like, people are angry and passionate about the fact that, this is 30 years between something like this, not 30 days or
not even 30
hours.
minutes. There was another shooting at MIT several hours later, who they believe was the same gunman, but that only hit one person.
Yeah. So, look, from one shocking incident to another, and this one is intense. So please, if you are a survivor of violence or domestic violence or anything like that, family violence, please maybe step away for a little minute. But we do have to talk about the tragic death of Robert Michelle Reiner.
Oh, so sad.
Unbelievable, really, isn't it?
Now
I
deal with the mentally ill. This does happen. I can't begin to think how hard the family was pulling to be together and then pulled apart by mental health issues in the same breath.
So it is now confirmed that Rob and Michelle Reiner were killed by their son, Nick. And the more we're finding out, the more obviously intense and sad the situation is, and how closely to mental health and all the things we talk about on this show it is tied to. Like the fact that they were in such a public forum just hours before this happened, and people noticed Nick's erratic behavior. Many people have stepped forward. He had an interaction with Bill Hader. Jane Fonda stepped forward. All of this happened. A very public argument happened at Conan O'Brien's holiday party. So it's full of Hollywood people. This is not a small thing, and it is a very, very timely reminder that just because you're rich and famous doesn't mean the problems of the world
don't touch you
aren't sheltered. So there is a history of not only violence but drug abuse and mental health issues with Nick Reiner. That
there's always a conservative narrative in this country that addiction is the plight of the poor, that poor people are languishing in drug addiction, and that's so it transcends every class barrier, every monetary barrier. Mental health and addiction affect all people all over the world, and to see this family so publicly
devastated by
it. Yeah.
Because the person to discover her parents was their child.
Yeah.
Their daughter. That's something that you will never recover from. And this is it feels very much like this is a modern day equivalent, like Sharon Tate moment. Everyone's going to have a story about, well, I was meant to do this, or their little 9/11 moment. This is a murder moment.
Well, this was a beloved
a Hollywood,
couple.
Hollywood.
They were loved by everyone. Everybody at the party was stunned and is a victim, and everyone, the masseuse who couldn't get the door answered was a victim, and there's so many victims in this kind of tragedy, as you were saying about Bondi Beach.
Well, the fact that their assistant I saw a video on TikTok of their assistant who lives in the neighborhood trying to get through the police barricade to help in the investigation.
I saw a video of Billy Crystal and his wife on the scene, can't cross the police barricade, crying and inconsolable.
Heartbreaking stuff. So it does speak to as we were saying, the power of mental health issues and substance issues. I think, especially with the history and Rob and Michelle were overheard talking about how concerned they were for Nick and about Nick's mental health and state of mind at that party. If there is doubt, and I know that sometimes when you're dealing with these things, it's a hard conversation, it's heartbreaking, but it's going to forever be a what shoulda, woulda, coulda, what if moment if they had forced him into some kind of treatment center. They had alerted the authorities.
Treatment centers forever. And, the way our laws are structured, the authorities can't do anything until he acts. And unfortunately, once he acts, it was too late. Mm-hmm. It's a sad state of affairs. But it's,
Something even sadder, though, is taking pot shots at somebody who has just been brutally murdered. And that's just what the President of the United States decided to do, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take that back. Let's really focus that again. The President of the United States had this to say. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife Michelle, reportedly due to anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession with Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness, and with the golden age of America upon us. Perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace.
I woke up to this message from the president. It was the first thing that I saw when I got up that next morning. Mm-hmm. And I was completely convinced it was fake.
It was a hoax. Yeah.
It had to be. I could not, as low as my opinion is of this president, I could not fathom that this could be real. And
it is.
Oh.
What narcissism?
This is beyond narcissism.
It's
dementia. Demented.
Yeah.
It's not dementia. It's crazy.
It's demented.
It's demented. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It's.
You can't take a moment. You could have just put a 2-line. Obituary.
In California,
tragedy.
May Rob and his wife rest in peace. But
of course not.
No, of course not.
Of course not, because that doesn't pull focus and it doesn't grandiose what you think you're doing.
He wanted it to be one of his mega followers who was so tired of people harassing poor President Trump that they went nuts and killed somebody. He wanted that to be the narrative.
But that's not a justification for killing people either, because they don't agree with the president. That's the justification to be stabbed to death by your own child.
He's spinning in that freaking freaked out little tweet.
And
It's
hopefully,
so bizarre.
it is kind of refreshing and reassuring that there are on our page, which I don't know how they found their way to us, MAGA people that are saying, I wholeheartedly agree in making America great again. This is not how you do it. This is not the president that I voted for. This is not the person that I want to associate with. So congratulations on that.
They are there, but they're still the diehards in my hometown paper. I was just earlier today, I was on my hometown paper's website. They they won't let me read their articles because I won't subscribe, but they do show me everything that other people print. And there were at least 4 different people saying the Reiners brought this on themselves. They were so disrespectful of our beloved president. And let's
reframe this.
I don't want to believe that they're real people. I want to believe that they're bots.
They have to be. They were also the people that were so outraged that anyone had anything bad to say about Charlie Kirk.
Believe me, that's exactly what I said.
They are the exact same people.
I try not to be inflammatory on the local hometown paper because of my sister as a politician. But I said, it's so funny that some of the names here are people that really wanted to hang 2 local teachers out to dry for comments they made about Charlie Kirk, but don't seem to be bothered by this at all. Funny how that saw only cuts one way.
We were all supposed to be moved and uniting over the fact that Charlie Kirk was killed, and that is a horrible thing for anyone to take anyone else's life. Is a horrible thing. That is never going to be different. It doesn't matter if you are a despicable person.
Right.
Being murdered is not on the cards unless like Hitler or something.
Right. Well,
there are some exceptions.
I think I mentioned this on the show at the time. I took so much heat for requoting him. I placed Charlie's quote, his opinion on gun deaths on our page, and then reposted it onto my own page. And people from my past came at me with double barrels just for reposting his words. There were 2 teachers, both, one Hispanic surname, one a woman of color, who were nearly fired by the district here in town because they said something about Charlie Kirk being racist. And there were local people who were commenting on that article in today's paper saying, yeah, they deserved it because they attacked our beloved president, where they were ready to kill these 2 teachers for saying that Charlie Kirk's own words prove him to be a racist.
The double standard.
Nobody ever said he deserved to die, but they're willing to say that the Reiners deserve to die.
Mm-hmm. And if we thought Charlie Kirk was bad, we're now stuck with the paralysis sleep demon that is Erica Kirk, staring intently into everyone's soul to show the lack of hers. That bitch is disturbing. She's not okay.
With her and Tammy Faye.
She's not okay, man. She's got those serial killer eyes, man. That's like we're talking about people being reptilians. Like I'd look into that one. She's terrifying. Grief-stricken, but on a media tour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
6 of 1.
My children will never survive losing their father, but they haven't seen me in 6 to 8 weeks because I'm collecting money to give lectures.
Too busy out there.
Mm-hmm.
And what does she have to lecture on? What has she done?
She probably repeating all the hateful shit that her husband used to say about how any non-Christian who doesn't support Trump... Looking with those eyes. Wearing all that makeup and leather pants.
Ugh, scary stuff. But look, if we were to ever really doubt that the Trump administration had any sense of maturity, this week, under the cover of night, of course, because we can't do anything in the daylight, that'll be too easy for people to see and notice straight away. But the Presidential Portrait Gallery, the Presidential Walk of Fame, as it is labelled, has been, let's put it 100% accurately, defaced by plaques installed by the
This is
current
not the presidential portrait
administration.
gallery.
No, it's
The
a wall
portrait
of
gallery.
fame.
It's the portrait gallery includes full-size artist
Big
commissioned
painted
portraits,
ones, right? Yeah.
of which this orange carrot turd won't hang Barack Obama's or Michelle Obama's portraits in the White House because of the color of their skin.
Well, look, the maturity level has obviously hit.
This is his special little portrait gallery where he can take pot shots at anybody who he doesn't like or anybody who's ever spoke out against him. You know, this is not the official portrait gallery.
No,
Though
this is...
it is entirely possible that the official portrait gallery was in the East Wing and got torn down with all those portraits, you know?
Mm-hmm. So the historical plaques below each president have been replaced and obviously put on Truth Social as well. Barack Obama has been labeled one of the most divisive political figures, while Ronald Reagan is praised in personal terms, with Trump asserting that he liked him.
Yeah.
Because personal opinion is really what matters. And of course, as we saw on the speech that he just gave, I don't know what kind of breakup him and Joe Biden had. He just can't get over the bitch. He can't get over this man. But the quote under Joe Biden's portrait reads, Sleepy Joe was by far the worst president in American history, taking office as a result of the most corrupt election ever seen in the United States.
That's the rub. Joe Biden beat him.
Yes.
That's why he hates Joe Biden. Joe Biden could have died the next day after beating him, and he would still hate him as virulently as he does today.
He also had a little swipe at Hillary.
Oh, of course.
Underneath bills. In 2016, President Clinton's wife Hillary lost the presidency to President Donald J. Trump.
Right.
He's like, he has
to know that 30 seconds after he leaves the White House, however that may be, by election or death, 30 seconds after he's gone, that shit's coming down.
Well, unless JD's there. Unless JD's there, you know?
JD has not got the stuff to hold it.
I don't think he will be. The American public won't allow JD Vance to be.
JD Vance does not have any charisma. He doesn't have any popularity.
No riz.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have the riz. I mean, I hate to say it, but Trump's got the riz. JD Vance does not have enough riz to hold power. He will be ousted before you know it.
And while they're at it, while they're defacing and defaming the name of presidents, we also thought it might be cute to dead name Rachel Levine.
Among others.
Yes.
You know?
Officially. Like, fuck off with this shit.
My God.
Honestly.
It's so...
No one is asking you to become trans yourself. No one is. We're just asking for you to respect.
There is no army of woke people running around cutting penises off of little boys.
No.
What the fuck?
What I don't understand the fixation with it. The utter fixation with anything other than white Christian heteronormative relationships are an abomination.
I will go to my grave believing that if you react that strongly to something that has nothing to do with you, that you're hiding something in yourself.
That's what somebody actually said in this article. Thank you for a nice segue about the Chick-fil-A engagement in Utah. Look, and everyone's like, that's the one Chick-fil-A I will go to. It's always the people that have such a problem with gay, with mixed race marriages, with trans people. They are always the biggest freaks, like that have something hiding.
Yeah.
some big secrets hiding in their closet. Because at the end of the day, I'm not on a recruitment drive.
No, nobody is.
And
You
have
know?
you seen a lot of these people? Nobody wants to fuck them. So that's
No.
why they certainly don't mind gay people when they're sleeping with them in behind their wives' backs and stuff like
Right.
that. So
You know?
just you would think you would just shut the fuck up about it. And especially at this time of the year, it rubs me wrong. And here we go again. This is what got me in trouble last year. But don't call yourself a Christian and act like this.
I agree.
Don't act with hate. Don't act with malice. Don't fight a fight that doesn't need to be fought just because it doesn't agree with your personal ideology. Actually read your Bible. Go and read your Bible, and not the Trump version, and probably nothing that's been rewritten again in the last 50 to 60 years. Go back, do some fucking research, and find out that the lies you've been taught are not actually there. They are other people's opinions that they've put into a religion to make other people feel less than and keep them down.
Mm-hmm. It's it's the Mean Girls. It's the Burn book. It's Regina George.
I like that, Joe. Chino, Christian in name only. I like that very much. Dogsy says, I've always been taught if it doesn't affect you and it's not dangerous to anyone else, don't get involved.
Right.
Mind your business, bitch.
What somebody else does with their money, their time, their body has nothing to do with me.
Unless it's affecting you or somebody you love.
Yeah.
It's not your business.
No, and if they're not hurting anybody, why do you care? Why is it even any of your fucking business?
It just blows my mind. Like, if we're going to go back in time and we want to go back to moral values and all that kind of stuff, can we go back to the time where we just didn't talk about shit like this?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Right.
But no, everyone's on social media. Like, we wouldn't have anything to talk about if anyone actually did that. But everyone wants to be a star in their own life. Everyone thinks they're the main character, so they've got to have a controversial opinion.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off. And I'm going to do it again. If you are one of these people, please unfollow.
Yeah.
Me personally, the show, whatever. We do not support any of these arguments.
We do not want you.
I would rather have no one watching than feel any of that fucking rhetoric that is out there. The world is full of hate and danger enough, as we've seen and we talked about earlier in the show, that you don't need to pick on other people just because they're not the same as you. It's fucking bullshit.
Steve and I can talk to each other. We're fine with it.
Yeah. Totally. We always do. We do it for hours. We do it for hours after the show sometimes. Yeah, fuck off, says Joe. Good work, Joe. She's down with us. I've also been on the forefront of battling people who changed their name since I was 16, when my mate got sacked from Asda for legally changing his name to Pasty Smasher. Well, it's good to be on the right side of history, dogs. You know? History seems to be rewriting itself, though. I don't know if you saw this. Quite controversial. Corey Feldman has come forward, or it's been revealed in a new documentary that is being released, Corey Feldman vs. the World, that Corey's alleging now that Corey Haim molested him. Opinion? I've got one.
Well, I feel very strongly that people who have been abused have reality shifts, that they don't see the world the same way that we do. But as a therapeutic relationship, if someone tells me they've been abused, it's not therapeutic to tell them they're wrong. You know? So we have to move forward that whether this is real or not, it is real for Corey.
And is that fair?
He needs help.
This is the thing. Is it fair to level these accusations at him now that he is long gone and can't protect himself or his legacy, which is already
if
very,
he had brought
very.
is he bringing this up with his therapist? Why did he decide to make this public? You know, there's probably some underlying pathology as to why he felt
Of course, there is,
go
and
public with this.
they both. His driving force a couple of years ago was to get the documentary made about them both being molested by many people in Hollywood.
And I believe very firmly that they probably both were.
And I 100% believe that as well.
And I also do know that when people are molested, they tend to follow that pattern. If that's the initiation into sexuality, that pattern often
I agree with all. I
so
agree
it's
with all of that.
Very plausible that maybe there was some molestation in their mutual relationship, but there has to be
the mental health aspect of it. Yeah, the mental health aspect of it is a big thing to question as well. Because if this happened, why did he keep going back to the well, and does he keep going back to the well for relevancy and attention when he wants it? Because even before Corey Haim died, they were doing reality shows together. They were appearing together.
They were inseparable.
Hundreds of thousands. They were. Look, they had a volatile relationship. Yes, you see that on the reality show, but that is also because of the drug use that is involved with both of them, and that's not alleged. That is fact. And I question, judging from the reports about Corey's behind-the-scenes antics on Dancing with the Stars recently, I believe it might still be a problem. But it's questionable for somebody that says they are so healed and trying to move past it and want justice, for them to then constantly re-traumatize not only themselves but anyone involved with this. Like, Corey Haim has parents, had a spouse, had family. He doesn't get to tell his side of the story either. And yes, it may be true, as you said, abused people are more likely to perpetuate that behavior, especially when it's done in childhood. It becomes part of their sexuality, part of their sexual identity. But from what I know / learn, Corey Haim was trying to deal with his demons. It just wasn't successful. You know, it's a lifelong struggle. As Joe just said, I'm a survivor and I'm totally changed, but I could never put somebody through what I went through. I was a child. Why hurt another child? I don't get it. And Joe did say something about earlier in the comments section about not living the legacy of abuse, of stopping the cycle and making a conscious decision.
And that's the healthy path forward, but 100%. Not everybody makes that healthy path forward.
And especially in Hollywood, where you are a commodity, it's hard to,
and
especially you're a former
this
child
trauma
star.
Does continue to get him attention.
100%.
It gets him in the public eye. It gets him reactions. It gets his name out there where it might otherwise be irrelevant.
Right.
Look, so there are reasons Corey to doubt his motivations. There are reasons to question, but there
is also the fact that Corey Feldman refuses to promote this documentary. It's a 10-year project. This came about when he started to tour with music. It was meant to be like a comeback vehicle for him, but he is distancing himself from this project. So is it possible that it was something that was said and maybe not thought about, and maybe said in a way that could be misconstrued and edited? It's hard to say, because we won't know the truth. There's not a second side of the story to hear from. It's hard. Another interesting article this week, and I was surprised at the amount of people, and it was a lot, that jumped to support Kelly Osbourne. So Kelly Osbourne is receiving massive blowback for her appearance at the moment. Obviously, it's no secret, and she said so herself, that she is on weight medication, GLP-1 stuff. But after the death of her father, she is noticeably different, noticeably skinnier, noticeably frail. And I was surprised, because the Osbourne name, when it's not attached to Aussie, usually brings a little bit of venom. But overall, the comments are quite supportive. This is what Kelly has to say about people that are having a go about her appearance. My dad just died, and I'm doing the best that I can. The only thing I have to live for right now is my family. What do you expect me to look like right now? The fact that I'm getting out of bed and facing life and trying should be more than enough, and I should be commended for that. For example, you say, I look ill. Well, I am ill right now. My life is completely flipped upside down. I don't understand why people expect me to bounce back and look like everything is just fine in my life when it's not.
Yep. And just like we got to stop caring who people sleep with, we got to stop caring what people fucking weigh. Again, not our business. You know, we can express concern without thin shaming or fat shaming or body shaming in any way. You know,
Right.
I know that when my dad died, I was heartbroken and didn't eat for a couple of days. It's probably taking her longer. She's on a GLP-1. She had probably very little appetite to begin with. And when you miss food for a couple of days, your stomach shrinks. It becomes harder.
It's also not just that. She's a new parent. Mm-hmm. She's caring for her mother, who is she's incredibly close with, who is going through the loss of her life.
Right.
She's trying to hold. She and Jack are trying to hold their family together the only way that they know how, and support their mother in, as I said, the biggest loss, because it's not just that. It's everything to do with Ozzy's estate, everything to do with all the opinions that people have about people associated with Ozzy. And now it's down to, oh, well, you look funny because you look funny. That's my opinion. Just
none of your concern, kids.
Keep it out of your fucking mouth, people.
Yeah.
It's not that deep. It's like let the girl live. And you can have a disagreement about what she's doing with GLP-1s, with surgery, with anything she's doing. It's not your business. It's like, look, losing a dad fucking sucks, really does, speaking from personal experience, but it must be so much worse to see someone like Ozzy decline slowly, ending in his passing because it was larger than life. Yeah. And they've also had to deal with that global grief.
Yeah.
That is directed at how do you process and move on through your own journey when there's constant, because it's the worst thing about losing somebody is that energy that's directed at you sometimes, the sympathy energy, which people mean with good intention, but it just drives you further down. Sometimes you're like you feel like you're moving through, you're moving forward.
Absolutely.
And to deal with that on a global scale must be, it's unimaginable. So, Kelly, as long as you're healthy, that's the only thing I think that people need to be worried about.
Yep.
You're healthy. Grief will take its time and will work its way through. I know that the Osbournes aren't scared of mental health discussions, so I'm hoping that they step forward and through. Sharon seems to be doing well from the Piers Morgan interview for somebody better than she was. She herself was looking very, very frail and lost, but she seems to be returning to herself, and we can only hope the same for Kelly.
Yep.
Another person that somebody had a lot of opinions on, and the story has changed since the last time we talked about her. Amy Schumer has confirmed her divorce.
Yep.
And, there are a lot of opinions on Amy and her output, and then why make it public, etc., etc. But people are going to criticize everything that celebrities do. So to make a comment on it, I don't think is strange,
Yeah, she has gotten, just as she's gotten a lot of vitriol pointed at her for reasons that are almost ridiculous. She talks too much about sex, but you don't care about Dane Cook talking about sex. You know what I mean? She talks too much about her divorce or her husband, but
there's
plenty of comedians out there ripping on their wives.
There's a lot of professional issues surrounding Amy and her comedy, and there are a lot of people that have an issue with her Palestine, Gaza point of view. Sometimes I think that, not everyone needs to comment on everything. A lot of people are right up Taylor Swift's ass at the moment, saying, why aren't you saying something? Why aren't you saying something? Why aren't you saying something? Because at the end of the day, what a celebrity thinks shouldn't matter. You need to inform yourself and make your opinion matter more than a celebrity who you're never going to meet. If you don't support that celebrity, don't buy their music, don't engage in their social media, don't support them. But do yourself a favor and be a whole person, be an informed person. Don't look to a celebrity to make your judgment.
Give you your life meaning.
Right.
Pay attention.
It's just, pay attention. And this is the thing. We had a lot of people criticizing some of our articles. One woman saying that when the Trump travel ban stuff, it's still going. That article's still going off, by the way, saying that this was made up and a figment of our imagination.
Yes, of course.
It's literally on the news. Not in my country. Well, maybe look at a different news source. You can't trust the validity of one news source.
That news bubble, that nothing seems to penetrate.
But people don't want to step. That's the scary thing. People don't want to step outside of that bubble.
No,
informed.
the people that were arguing on the newspaper today, that article that I was talking about, were adamant that everything that Trump said in that tweet about the Reiners was 100% true. That this couple has fomented hate, in spite of the hundreds of people who've come forward and talked about how loving and kind and compassionate this couple was. Trump said they fomented hate, so they fomented hate, and it's God's honest truth.
Yeah, that's probably the scariest thing that happens in this modern world, is that some people take what they see for gospel truth and don't ever step outside of a box. That I'm willing to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
On some things, I hope I'm proven wrong. But when there are multiple sources saying something, and you can easily, and I'm not saying deep dive through the internet, you can easily Google what someone says, then it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's not some fake
I woke
news
up
because
believing it was fake. I read that and thought, this could not be real.
I had a comment on the page that for a person and an administration so obsessed with the evils of fake news and improper purporting, they love AI. They're more than happy to use it to their advantage, but they weaponize the paranoia of it.
It's saw only cuts one way. That's the part that kills me. It's like, it's okay for them to denigrate the dead, who were fathers and mothers and neighbors and sisters and brothers and wives, but don't you dare cut their father or mother or sister or brother.
The biggest thing that they're saying, that all of these Epstein photos and videos of Trump looking ill, they're all AI deep fakes, but they don't have a problem with putting literal words into people's mouths, generating AI.
Right.
It can't be both ways.
The saw only cuts one way for them.
Like,
we're right, you're wrong. Anything you say is fake news, and anything we say is gospel truth. It's a very tight little bubble. They don't want to be proven wrong. You can't prove them wrong. It's a brainwashing.
Their actions and their tools prove that they're wrong. You know what I mean?
I know. Oh, I know.
Be smarter, people. Be smarter is all we really have to say. And on the back of that, while we're all getting simmery, it's time to boil over with Vera Vance. Did it play? I don't know.
No, I didn't see my little graphic. Where's my Steam?
We'll go again. Vera Vance. There we go. Heard it that time. It's the one.
Well, I did have a very detail-oriented, fact-driven vent about healthcare which is a very big freaking issue in my country these days, because all of the Obamacare subsidies and tax credits are about to expire January 1st. And rather than talk about it or do anything about it, Mike Johnson is dismissing the Congress for the rest of the year so that they don't have to talk about it before they expire. But 22 million Americans are about to lose health care on January 1st because they won't be able to afford it. But then President Trump yesterday preempted all of national TV. He pulled a presidential power play, which presidents have not done in years, and is usually only used for huge declarations, monumental discussions, like declaring war, like when President Bush wanted to go into Iraq, like after 9/11. You know, this is the kind of event you expect when a president demands to preempt all programming so that he can be heard addressing the nation. So we Americans were expecting that perhaps we were going to get a declaration of war. Perhaps for some reason, Venezuela was going to be on the news. Instead, what we got, President Regina George, with her burn book and her Mean Girls, had Festivus early. We got 17 minutes, preempted everything for 17 minutes with just the airing of the grievances. And I called him Regina George, but I don't know why I did that, because I think Regina George was smarter and had more fucking compassion. He's more like Karen standing in the rain, holding his yam tits, saying, "This is all somebody else's fault." I'm so tired of this. You know, he talked about eliminating sinister radicals in our school. He says that he ended wars. Did the Gaza war end? Did the Ukrainian war end? What wars are you counting, sir? Because I don't see any wars ending. He said that he had done more for the American people in 10 months than any other president in the history of the world. Everything he said for 17 minutes was a lie. And everything that was wrong with this country was somebody else's fault. And everything that he claimed to have fixed was a lie. 17 minutes. You know, I heard somebody call him the nod father. And I heard somebody else talk about, I didn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. I'm so sick of listening to this man spew this vitriol. You know, his burn book is so completely overrun with hate that I couldn't watch it. But there he was, standing around the pole, airing the grievances. So happy Festivus to all. You know, Dan Stadler, social psychologist, explained what happens when you have this kind of reaction, that you're not grappling with the why. But if you can create a reality where you can blame somebody else, then it means that the bad things will never happen to you. And I'm sorry, Mr. President, you can't lie to us and tell us that everything's gone better. We all know that we aren't getting raises. We all know that the price of food isn't going down. We all know that the economy was the envy of the rest of the world before you took office. These are the facts. These are provable facts. You know, I cannot fathom the world I live in, the country I live in. It's beyond me. I'm airing my grievances tonight because I will always have a grievance as long as this man is in office. And we still need health care.
She's done. She's done. She's had enough.
I'm so sick of it. You know,
Vera, it could be all over very soon. Did you hear about the aliens that are coming?
Oh no!
The aliens are coming.
I just
did a little scroll. Huh? I did a little scroll an hour ago. There was an article that says potentially hostile alien object shows strange new behavior just hours before closest ever pass to Earth. Let's go in search of intelligent life because it certainly isn't here. That's all.
Who do we root for? Do we root for the aliens? Do we root for the super volcano? Who do we root for? We gotta
some kind of new excitement, please. I think we're reaching our bandwidth as a species. Obviously, it's time for them to come and just go bye now.
Yes.
I don't think so, but if Santa's fully armed and dangerous, maybe he'll all take us out.
Yeah.
As Vera said, next week is Christmas. We haven't decided what's happening. There will be something on offer for you. So stay tuned to Uncensored Radio. If you want to catch up with myself and Katrina A. Johnson, go back an episode and have a little look at our festive season fails. Thank you to the people that are hanging in there with us and making it happen. Always happens in a big way when there's a little bit of turmoil going on behind the scenes. You guys hang in there and support us. So it's great that you can. It would be even better if you could jump onto one of these apps, either Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Music, whatever. Leave us some reviews. We don't get many reviews or comments. So if you want to leave us a review or comment on the episodes, it's really cool. I don't know if you've seen V. I've shown the others that the episodes now have little chapters in them, so you can go through and have a little look. Everything's chaptered, so if you don't want to listen to an hour's worth of us, you can go listen to certain little stories. It's all really cool. We would appreciate you jumping in and helping us. Thank you for following us on YouTube, which has been going off as well. We will keep fighting the good fight, and we will put on our Christmas stockings and be merry about it
next week.
Damn it! We will have a good Christmas.
Maybe we'll be. Maybe we'll sing for an hour.
I might just come on and get drunk. That might be fun.
Hey,
Christmas drinks. Maybe we should schedule it.
Toss up some eggnog.
Yeah, that might get Jeff back. you never know. Thank you for joining me today, Vera.
On Monday.
Yeah, do it. Thank you for joining me, Vera. I've been Steve. This has been Uncensored Radio's UCR Live, and we will see you again soon. Love. Mwah. Jingle those bells.